Okay, hey everybody, foot and ankle challenge continues, and this week we're going to work on mobilizing. You're going to need a foam roller, and that's it, and your hands, and we're going to mobilize the front of the shins, spend some time there, and we're also going to mobilize our toes and the bottom of the feet and the top of the feet. So I have Jake here with me because everybody does these things a little bit differently, and it's kind of nice sometimes to see two different variations of doing the mobility work. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on this giant muscle on the outside of your shin. So your shin bone comes up and it attaches up here, but then you have all this soft tissue that is pretty much continuous through your foot, all the way up your leg, and it plays a big important role in flexing your foot and bringing your toes up towards your shin. So even though we've been working on ankle and foot, like this is an important component of that. So what we're gonna do is Jake and I are gonna take our rollers, and the first thing we're gonna do is just truly kind of put this outside top of the muscle on the roller. And you're just gonna see, can you sit back and put some good pressure on that? And so you can also sort of scrub side to side, sort of work on that attachment. And it's gonna be sensitive in different spots for the two of us. So like,
yeah,
for sometimes up top, it's really sensitive, but really the thing you're wanting to do is kind of over press and hang out. So it's like, I've got my body weight over for how comfortable I am. I'm checking with myself, can I still take a deep breath?
Yeah. Take a deep breath. Yeah.
Jake's
Struggling.
shins are a little sensitive.
They are.
But that's okay. You want to make sure, can I breathe? Because if you're holding your breath, it really, like, you're not going to be able to get the muscle to relax. And you'll notice that as you breathe, the muscle kind of gives in a little more. So you can kind of roll down, and you're probably going to spend like about 3 to 5 minutes on this outside of the shin. So once I roll down, I can kind of start to shift my weight. So I'm like right on the top of that muscle where it connects to my shin, and I'm rolling out to the side. Ooh, breathe. Just working on all of that. And then just working my way down a little bit. So for the sake of time, we won't do our whole leg, but you are gonna do your whole leg. So you're gonna go from the top, and then Jake would go all the way down to the bottom. So let's see. And smiling and breathing.
Love it. You'll love it.
Yeah. Yep. Breathing. And so really trying to get all of this to just become much looser and move more freely. You'll notice how matted down it can all get. Okay, so that's the first thing. So it's probably going to take you about 6 to 10 minutes to do both of your legs. And then you're going to notice like blood flow is red, it's feeling pretty good. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do this series of foot exercises. So you'll notice that obviously dorsiflexion's here, and everybody's foot is different, and our feet are different side to side. But like if I go into dorsiflexion, my big toe should be able to get to 90. I really don't have that on this other foot especially, but I still don't have it here. This foot's better, but this toe should be able to flex to basically 90 degrees. How you doing?
Not 90 degrees.
But that's pretty good though, Jake. Not too bad, that's pretty good. But so when we're lacking this, it's often like tightness down here, and maybe even up through here. So we're gonna be working on that sort of range of motion. That's what allows us to push off aggressively. It's what helps us balance. It helps us so much, this ability to move our toes. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna sit here and you're gonna grab your foot and you're going to twist it. Yep. So this way feels great.
Yeah.
This way your sole comes up. And now twist the other way. That way's a little harder. Doesn't want to go, oh, that's not too bad. And then back and forth. You're just twisting back and forth. And really, you're looking to get more and more movement through this whole plantar section and your foot's ability to move back and forth. When we constrain our feet in these tight shoes, we actually lose the ability for our feet to do what feet are meant to do. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to do some toe stretches. So we're going to pull our toe up and then push the other one down. And then go back and forth. Do the next one. These little toe splits. And then you can open them. And then you're going to take your hand and you're going to put your fingers in between each of your toes. So this is hard, especially if you
do that.
Yeah, so like I could not do this a little while ago, and now I wear more barefoot shoes and I do this all the time because this will help you if you're somebody who has plantar fasciitis. This is really helpful. But if you haven't done it, it's really hard to do. Our toes are not meant to be touching when they're resting. Mine still do, but it's because we put them in restrictive shoes. Like your toes should be able to spread out even when they're relaxed. So this is helping with that. So I've got my fingers between my toes. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flex my foot, and then I'm going to point my foot. And flex, and really like pull in towards the shin, and then point. And flex, and point. So then I'm going to do some circles, and I'm trying to get big circles, my fingers between my toes, and like let the toes kind of move. Like I'm not guarding against them, I can go the other way. And then I can grab them and I can pull away from my, like pull out away from my toes. Kind of feels good. A little traction on your little piggies over there. And then I can let go and see how that feels. Yeah.
Nice.
So that can help with like loosening your plantar and also with all your toe mobility. So you're gonna do that with both feet. Last thing you're gonna do, we're gonna work on some flexion on the top. Well, sorry, there's two more things. On the top of the foot. So I'm sitting here like this on my knees. If somebody had a hard time, like if this was a difficult position to get into, you could always just do one leg.
Yep, that's what I need.
Okay, so that's what Jake needs. This is great. So you can do one leg like that. You can also do one leg like this. You kind of sit off to the side. Yeah,
Like
and
this?
that might be a little easier.
This is harder.
That's harder. Well, Jake needs to work on his hamstrings too. That's okay. It's okay, that's why we're here. All right, so going to whichever position was easiest for you. Okay, so now what I'm working on here is see how Jake's foot back here, he's on the top of his foot. This is putting his foot into like plantar flexion. So his plantar, which is on the bottom of his foot, is flexing. And so he's going to really try to drag down, and you can even pick up. So like you'll notice on mine, I've got some pressure and I'm picking up my knee and flexing through here even more. So Jake's just gonna do what he feels is possible, and it might be staying right there.
This is where I'm gonna stay.
That's where Jake's gonna
My hand's
stay.
gonna stay on the ground.
Yeah, you can totally do that. You could also use an assistant. Like, can you put this hand on this roller?
Oh, this hurts. That kills.
Okay, breathe. Okay, so I intentionally picked Jake today as my video person because Jake struggles with ankle and foot mobility.
Yep.
And this, as you can see, like this is a good thing for Jake to continue to work on.
Yep.
And even though this, go ahead and come out of it. Yep.
That kills.
And even though this is mainly about the top of our foot and the front of our shin, this will help Jake with squats, with all kinds of things that require balance, all of that. So the last thing we're gonna do today is 1 foot at a time. So you're gonna go foot flat on the ground. Now this foot's really hard for me. This foot's not gonna do it well, which is why I want you to see, like, my big toe joint does not, on this foot, does not go even close to 90, not even 45. I heard it a long time ago. So you're going to try to rock forward and keep your big toe on the ground. And ideally, we should be able to get our knee down. So I should be able to have my big toe joint on the ground and get my knee to the ground. Now that is really hard for me. Let's see how that is for you.
Right here.
Oh, Jake crushed it. Yes.
Good.
Okay, so now that he's here, he's gonna kind of rock back and forth. And the thing I want you to do while keeping your big toe fully, and even his pinky toes on the ground, that's really good. While keeping your toes on the ground, I want you to see, can you inch your knee forward while continuing to press back? That's nice. So that's gonna deepen the stretch through this whole arch and into his toes. So I want you to spend about 90 seconds doing this one leg at a time. And you can kind of play around, like he can scooch his knee a little further forward. He can also then, while keeping his toes on the ground, there you go, he can also drive it back and push back into the heel. And so that's it. So you have the roller on the shin. You have the foot play with your feet, like, twisting your feet, fingers between the toes. You have the plantar, that's the thing where we sat back and we lift it up. And then you have this last one, which is for the bottom of your foot. And it's in that position, which is really hard for me. But apparently a sign that I need to do it more. So that's all we have. Thanks, everyone.